That's a massive thing, boys. Newcastle United. Lewis all deserved it. The Forest match folks come on Newcastle fans to do us a favour and make sure you stick around now. Bonds will tear you apart.
Here, Nottingham Forest, we're Sunderland 2. And Leicester, it's match day, Newcastle fans. I just want to clarify, I don't actually hate Nottingham Forest, but I'm sure that's a song, like most, there's a lot of history that goes back further than I was even born. So I'm going to roll the punches and start my video by singing it. Yes, it's match day, and my God, don't match days feel a little bit nicer? Doesn't the coffee taste a little bit nicer when Newcastle are through the quarterfinals of the Cup after seeing off 50 squad member Chelsea? After beating Arsenal, causing more tears, enough to fill that just down there, probably more so. And suddenly the league table looks different. Suddenly all the criticism of tactics and substitutions and what's going right, what's going wrong, transfer windows, all that goes away a little bit. And most importantly, when I roll out of bed in the pitch black to walk to the supporters bus as I am now, things feel a little bit rosier in the garden. And it is a very difficult day today. Look, Forest away, we've got a good record down there. Any of you stat heads want to know, in the Premier League this is longest. Newcastle have the longest unbeaten away record at Nottingham Forest, because let's face it, they're in the Championship for years, that's probably why. 3 draws, 3 wins, last 2 times we've been there, who could forget? 3-2 last season, Bruno! And then the Isak, injury time penalty. What was it, Paddy's Day, Friday night? My God, I fell about 20 seats forward. 20 seats forward. Welcome back, by the way, Newcastle fans, to another video. Last one before the international break. Welcome back, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we are rocking and rolling, and we are ready to go. Very, very difficult game today. By the way, if you haven't already, please check out Dealing with Eddie Howe's mags. The Arsenal one, it's always feature length when it's Arsenal. Reaction to that video has been amazing. Reaction in general to content has been amazing. We've just hit over 40,000 followers on Facebook. More than what Sunderland can get on a good home match day, I think that is. Yeah, Nottingham Forest have probably started the season better than anyone expected. They play a very unusual system, quite a direct system. Quite an old school system with really fast wingers. Chris Wood, we all know about him. 4 goals in his career for us in 35 appearances. Yes, you heard that correctly. 4 goals in 35 appearances. And of course, we all remember what happened on Boxing Day. Chris Wood unleashed his inner Lionel Messi, that Argentinian blood that he has, from that one Argentinian restaurant he went to in his life, and he turned into prime Lionel Messi. And he's, thriving. And fair play to the lad. Eddie Howe spoke very well of him, but who does Eddie Howe not speak well of? That's why I love listening to Eddie Howe's press conferences. And of course, it might split opinion, Elliot Anderson. Now, I'm very passionately an Elliot Anderson fan, and I did a post when he was playing well for Forest, a jokey post on Facebook. You know the old Vince McMahon? He was special. He was special. When I was watching him play for Forest, because I missed him, and I feel like our midfield, he would have offered something a bit different. Eddie Howe never wanted to sell him, and the reaction from Newcastle fans was pretty crazy. Overrated, didn't score enough. What did he actually do? Just Geordie Maradona, just because he's one of our own, people hype him up. I will stand by the fact that Elliot Anderson, for his age, is a very, very, very talented footballer, and he's one of the best we've brought through in my lifetime, and I was gutted when we sold him. He's obviously one to keep an eye on today. He loves Newcastle, he never wanted to leave, but he's thriving, and he wants, as any player would, to give 2 fingers to the people who decided to sell him. I think he understood why he was sold. PSR, I'm not going to get into that, we had to sell him. So there's a couple of players there that we all going to keep an eye on. I'm sure he'll get a good reception. It's a difficult one for us today. Who does Eddie Howe start in midfield is the one that we're all going to be waiting on as we go to Wetherspoons. Yes, it's a Wetherspoons when we go to Forest away. Happy days. Who does Eddie Howe start in midfield? Is it Bruno? Is it Tonali? I really hope he doesn't experiment with both. Unless he's going to change system, I really hope he doesn't. I wouldn't change Joelinton and Willock. That's working. Who would have known? The thing that got us Champions League is working great. Alexander Isak is sharp again. And I do fancy us today. I don't fancy us to go out there and smash it and get all 3 points necessarily, because of how good Forest are. They've got that bounce. But my God, look at that league table, Newcastle fans. If we win today, massive if, we could go 1 point behind Forest, who are in the top 4. We could be chasing Arsenal, chasing Brighton, who beat Man City last night. Things are pretty rosy in that garden. So with that said, I am feeling quite confident. Maybe it's a Costa, as well as giving us the poos by the sap feel of things. That's not good when you can't do one of them on a supporters bus, unwritten rule. I'm feeling quite confident. So let's get on the bus. The alcohol choices today, because I was a bit unorganised. My sandwiches are a bit naff today. I've got a bottle of red wine. You know when you scrap and you scrape and see what's at the back of the cupboards. So that could go pretty peak tongue before a Wetherspoon. So if this gets a little bit slurred, fingers crossed it doesn't because it's a Sunday, apologies. Without further ado though, let's get on that bus and let's get amongst it. How are you? Eddie Howe's pre-international break, early morning Sunday. Mag. Inhale there. Oggy. Just outside Wetherspoons, this is take 2 on this video actually, because I've had technical issues as I always normally have. Joined by a lovely little crew in the sunshine outside Wetherspoons, pre-match. Confidence is flowing. I hope I'm going to find that out in a second. Everything is well. So first question that I'm going to start with, only place to start. Jess, I'll start with you. Confident today. What's your thoughts on today?
I am confident, but I'm not going to doubt Chris Wood is going to score.
Right.
The more
we say it might not happen. It might not happen if we keep saying it. So yes, Chris Wood is going to score.
Chris Wood is going to score. And but Newcastle's going to win 3-1. Joelinton is going to score at 8-2.
There you go.
Newcastle's going to win 3-1. Joelinton is going to score at 8-2.
There you go.
Newcastle's going to win 3-1. Joelinton is going to score at 8-2.
There you go.
There my goal. That's my.
I always screen record. If it happens, I'll screen record these moments. I'll come back to them. So I'll make you out to be some sort of guru.
Oh, I am a guru. I love that.
And I'll keep moving along. I've had some grief from this particular person because of the lack of podcasts the last couple of weeks. But you know, it's very difficult to make lots of long videos.
No,
they will return.
Fame.
They will return. Right, go on then, give us your thoughts today.
I actually think if the 3 games after we got beat off Chelsea that Eddie Howe's had, I think this is the hardest.
Yeah.
I think this could be a 2-2. I don't think we're going to win. Definitely think, obviously, we'll concede 2 each.
All right. That positivity I talked about at the start, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I'm going to say a draw, and do you know what? I'd be happy with a point. Nottingham Forest are on a good run. We're slowly building back up to that. We've had 2 great games off the trot, but I think a point would be probably a fair result on the road. I'm happy with that.
I will probably take a point as well. Moving swiftly on. How are you feeling, sir? Going into today?
Well, I think
you've just had a Jaeger bomb, so maybe feeling a bit better after
I've had
that
a few Jaeger bombs, to be quite honest. But don't put it into the way, because, I'll get wrong.
Right.
I think we'll possibly make a draw. I think that's probably the best result we can get.
Score draw, 0-0 draw?
Yeah, I think it'll be a score draw.
Right,
but,
and no one's mentioned him yet. I'm going to ask you a question whilst we're here on that topic. Elliot Anderson. Firstly, were you sad to see him go?
Oh, yes, you've got Anderson, you've got Woods, and the keeper, is it Sells or Sells?
Sells,
So
I forgot about him, actually.
They'll all be out, to do something against him. But, yes, I think he'll settle for a draw.
Right, OK. And yourself, sir?
I think
last time we spoke was outside here, actually, wasn't it?
I think we're going to win 1-0. And I'm saying it every game this season. William Asula is going to score in the 65th minute.
Asula's going to be on the pitch in the 65th minute. That's probably some older shout.
I've said it all season, so might come off the day.
Right, and I'm going to stick with you on one question, which we just randomly got talking about on the bus down. I know we were on different buses. Stadium moves. I think we're going to learn in January. It just became a topic out the blue.
I would hate to move the stadium. St James's Park's home. It's my second home.
So why the question I'm going to ask you, are you open to moving, or is it just if you hear that we're moving, right?
Stay. And I think the atmosphere will go completely.
Yeah. If it's like a Gosforth or I don't know what the other options would be, to be fair, slightly out of the city.
Tomorrow would probably be the best bet, but
I think we're going to find out in January, as far as I understand from these surveys.
Just stay at St James. I think the atmosphere, it's been a bit rough for the minute, but stay there, go a bit better.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to go circle back round, same questions.
Well, I'm sort of like the same, but when you look at the price, what you could do with Newcastle adding 8,000-10,000 whatever for 1 billion, and then you can have another one where they're talking about 100,000 and it's only 1.2 billion.
So
it's a no-brainer.
Right, okay,
Well,
right,
not really. I mean, I'm traditionalist. I'll stay there all the time,
course.
but I see the long-term benefits.
Right, okay. Again, going all the way. Oh, you look like you're really thinking about your answer there.
No, I just feel like when I've been on the podcast, I'm open to controversy.
Yes.
And I feel
Go on,
like
took something really
the
controversial.
only
like
ones
controversial
who
bomb.
are whinging about moving from St James's Park are the ones who can't get in.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to be in 5-6 years ago when everything was shit and we weren't playing very well and
we
all
were
that
giving the
sort of
10,000
stuff.
season ticket to it.
And actually, I feel like would be a bit of a laughing stock if we expanded now and it all went down the pan again, or we weren't playing very well and we weren't. Would they be there? I don't think they would. I don't think they would, personally.
So we'd end up with a half-empty stadium.
So no, I don't think we should move from St James's Park yet. I think give it another couple of years before we see that change. I don't think we should expand from there. I'm not about leaving.
Right, okay.
That's very much my controversial opinion. Someone will probably berate us in the comments.
I don't care.
I
don't think not leaving's controversial, to be fair. Go on, I'll finish. I know everyone is moving, so I'm going to wrap this one up quite quickly.
I'm going to say though,
Oh.
have you seen the stadium alight lately? Nissan Backshift is telling me that there's lots of empty seats. I don't want that, so I'd rather fill 52,000.
There's always been empty seats on Nissan Backshift, man.
Nissan Backshift means we don't fill, so I would rather fill 52,000 and us loyal supporters have their seats, because if we don't fill, then 52,000 would look like fucking mugs, we would. However, let's just fill with 52,000.
So I think that's a pretty firm stay where we are.
Stay where we are, centre of Newcastle. Absolute sesh after the match. We've got the stack, we've got the
And what I'm going to sign off on, just before what you were telling me, if Fabian share whether he plays well or not, he'll probably get an inbox message from you today, won't he?
He will get an
Yes,
inbox message from me. 100%.
Fabian
Love
Shaw,
you,
look out for the message in your inbox.
Love you.
Jim Halper. I'm so horny.
Eddie Howe's blown away! Eddie Howe's blown away! Eddie Howe's blown away! We're going to miss the start of the match, joined by these two fine gentlemen. Right, what we're thinking, pre-match, quickly, tell me.
I'd take a draw,
Take a
but
draw.
I think 3-2 to the Tune.
3-2.
2-1 to the Town.
The town. The town.
He's Scottish.
He's Scottish. Well, come on! Walk it, come on! Look at that! Hey, Brazilian! You only cost 40 million! Wait, next fucking Brazilian! It's Jordan! Most informed team in the league, they said. Hardest away trip, one of the hardest away trips we've had so far this season. They said, let's have that. What a result. What a result. Just got back off the bus. Slightly shorter away day on the bus than some of them, because most of them are in London. Oh, I tell you what, before we even get into the match, can I just say, when Newcastle are winning, when your football team is winning, everything is better. Like work on Monday morning, early start in the morning, fine. Any problems, like just the life's the strains. This is why you get so passionate about your football club. The smallest little things just don't seem as bad when your football team is putting a massive smile on your face. And there's so much drink, singing, dancing on the way back. I mean, the bus was as hot as the Sahara Desert, which wasn't ideal, but just great. Eddie Howe's mags are back, and I tell you what, just keep a bit more faith. Anyone out there who, yes, like myself, has maybe questioned a couple of things of Eddie Howe, I just think we all talk about this credit in the bank. I don't like that term necessarily, because if a team's not performing and a manager's not doing right things, you're still allowed to ask questions. But the lack of faith that was lost in matches, in my opinion, earlier in the season, when we weren't playing that bad, we just weren't putting the ball in the net, and we weren't quite firing like we know we can be.
Eddie Howe's teams start seasons slow. I think it's a mix of that, but it's also the fact that it's taken him a bit longer than we all would have liked to find the correct team. And I think now he's realising Bruno Tonali maybe isn't the dream that we all hoped it might be. Joe Willock's come back into the fray, which he offers us those different legs. Joelinton's changing position. Isaac's getting sharper. Tino and Hall are now really starting to cement a place. Who are both young fullbacks, can I just add? Things are clicking. And what a fucking result, pardon the French, that was. Where do we start with that one? First and foremost, look, first half, we controlled it. And I said at half-time when I was having a beer, I would have taken a draw, but I still didn't feel too worried. The goal we conceded was poor. I thought the free kick Joe Willock gave away was disappointing. Needs to know better than that. Really was a sloppy one to give away, but we need to defend better than that. Conceding set-piece goals from free kicks is bad enough in the current game. You know, you are literally just watching men and making sure no one gets that ball first. It shouldn't happen too much in the Premier League, in my opinion. And he's ghosted in, and it's disappointing. We all a little bit shell-shocked, but we had all of the ball. We were just struggling to create. I thought Anthony Gordon in the first half looked really out of sorts. Maybe still finding his way in that right-hand side role, I don't know. But we were just digging. Willock was trying to make things happen. A couple of sniffs here and there, but I was not worried at half-time because I thought we were having the better of it. There was only one team wanting to dictate that match and really try and go out and get something. And Nottingham Forest quite quickly, whether it was their game plan, looked happy to just sit back. So first half, yeah, not great, but second half we regrouped and I thought we controlled the ball just the same, but we were better with it. And we were hitting them on the counter. First goal, we scored from a corner. Newcastle United scored from a corner. Get the lottery tickets on, get the lottery numbers on. It happened, finally. That hoodoo is gone without Kieran Trippier in the team. We can put that one to bed. And it was a little tap in. Alexander Isak doing what he does best. Cheeky little reaction. I haven't watched anything back. So if I'm wrong on anything when I talk about the goals, I apologise. But my God, Joelinton, I am going to go back tonight once I've had some food. Maybe a cold shower after that hot bus. I am going to get those candles lit, shut the curtains and watch that Joelinton goal back. My God, I absolutely love Joelinton. And if you're watching this, which you never ever will be, from your home with your kids on the sofa, maybe drinking a glass of Brazilian wine, Joelinton, I want to have your babies. And I don't even swing that way. I don't even bat for that team. I love the man. Love the man. What a finish. Cut inside, crash bang wallop. Thank you very much. Absolute scenes in the away end. And we just kept on going. And then when you've got Harvey Barnes, lots of Newcastle fans don't like it. And I understand why I don't to a degree, calling Harvey Barnes just an impact sub. But I think in Eddie Howe's team, has he made a mistake spending that much money on one player who's not going to get in? Maybe. That's a strong argument. But my God, he is exactly the sort of player, when you're getting a bit leggy, the other opposition team is pushing forward to try and come back. There's more space, and he's a great counter-attacking player. One pass from Tonali, who is another absolutely world-class substitution to bring on, and Barnes does what Barnes does best, and he could have had another one. And we were just good. We controlled the match. Nottingham Forest didn't really know how to handle us. I didn't think in how the game went from early doors into the second half. Let's talk about performances. I thought Bruno, is it Bruno and Tonali? If it is, I thought Bruno is certainly doing himself no disharm in claiming that thing. He's the captain. Is he always going to be top of Eddie Howe's list? I think because he's known him. He knows the system a little bit better than Tonali. I thought he was really good. I thought he won free kicks when he needed to, like we know he can. I thought he made things happen. I thought there was a couple of defensive moments. One header in the first half stands out for me. He put his body around. I thought he was taking the ball past players, really making things happen. And I tell you what, Bruno, if you look at photos of him, is getting fitter. Did he look a little bit porky in the summer? Sorry, Bruno, you might have been in the Brazilian steakhouses on the quayside a little bit too much. I think he maybe did. A lot of players do. They relax, they chill, they eat a lot more ice cream and unlimited steak. And he looks like he's getting sharp, and he had a long summer with the Copa America. I thought he was good. Lewis Hall again, stuck record talking about him. I thought Lewis Hall was absolutely brilliant. Go and have a class international break, Lewis. Go and make that left-back spot where we're not really spoilt for choice from an England point of view. Go and make it yours. Tino Livramento on the other side still needs to improve going forward, in my opinion, when he's supporting the attack. But again, defensively very sound. And if you close off Nottingham Forest wingers who are trying to get balls into Mr. Chris Wood, who barely got a sniff today, can I just add, you nullify a lot of their threats. Central midfield, they didn't have much at all. Elliot Anderson, he came on, probably didn't want to at the point that he did. I think he snuck in the dressing room with glasses and a moustache just to get involved in that photo. Stuck that one on social media earlier. Yeah, you stop the wingers, win the game. I thought they were really good. Shout out to Dan Burn. He's going to miss the next match against West Ham, which is a loss because of a yellow card. But I thought he was very good. Again, centre-backs, with all the injuries we've had, Lascelles being out long-term, Botman being out long-term, him and Shea, who goes under the radar for top performances. Fabian Scher's passing ability is second to none, how he supports the attack as well. Thought Dan Burn was good. Isak is getting sharper and sharper. And Joelinton, that game's his, in my opinion. I'll give Joelinton the special praise. Just to score a goal like that, cut inside, was absolutely fantastic. And Newcastle United now have gone from dire straits, according to a lot of the fan base, frustration in October, yes, me included, to now 3 wins off the belt, 1 point behind flying Nottingham Forest, chasing Arsenal, chasing the pack at the top, and we can chill. We can maybe get a couple more players back there. I say Callum Wilson, and it's all smiles, it's all good. I think Eddie Howe has finally found a style of play that suits him a little bit better with regards to team selection. Joe Willock's important. Gordon and Joelinton switching left to right is going to be really, really interesting to see that develop if that's what he continues to play. Lewis Hall and Tino are only going to get better, and we have players to come back. We've got West Ham, we've got Palace, we've got Brentford. Let's keep this momentum going. You can argue the international break's come at a bad time in that sense, but I've had a cracking day. I'm going to sign off by saying the buses I went down on today, we went to Wetherspoons, as you've seen earlier in this video, but we took a wreath with us for Remembrance Sunday, and we laid it in Bingham, just outside of Nottingham, just before we went in the pub, and I thought that was an absolutely lovely touch from us Newcastle fans. I had nothing to do with it. I'm not taking the plaudits for organising that wreath, but the buses, the lads are going down with on 2 away days, they sort of that, and that is just absolutely class. Best fans in the land, great performance, Newcastle United march on, and I guess you could probably say those trees in the Nottingham Forest have been chopped down by Jason Tindall specifically and Eddie Howe's mags. We live to fight another day. Now let's go and enjoy. I'm off to Morocco for the international break. Don't know what to expect. I'm going to go and chill, and let's get back to business in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Whack the follow, whack the subscribe. Hopefully there's a deal with Eddie Howe's mags episode to come if there's enough confident Forest fans on the internet. Now I'm going to go and get myself a cold shower after that hot bus. Away, Eddie Howe's mags!